The Lok Sabha has suspended a total of 33 opposition members. This includes the Congress leader Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury and others from the House for the remainder of the winter session. This is because opposition continued to create ruckus and sloganeering right through the day as far as the winter session of Parliament is concerned. Let's go straight to our colleague Payal, who's joining us. Payal, give us the breakup. 33 opposition members, we're understanding, who've been suspended so far?
Yes, we are trying to get the exact number, but what we are able to get is that 33 MPs have been suspended. This includes, Congress leader of the House, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, DMK leader of the House, TR Balu, Gaurav Gogoi, K. Suresh, among the others. 33 such members have been suspended for the remainder part of the session. After they refused to budge down, after they refused to move away with the platform they brought to the floor of the House, despite repeated warning, this has been happening, and that's the reason the government brought in a motion. And of course, against 3 members, including Dr. Jaikumar of the Congress party, a privilege motion has been moved, and those MPs will be reinstated only after the privilege motion report is submitted. It's obviously a huge ruckus that you witnessed in the House, throughout the last couple of days. Ever since that episode of, the Parliament breach really happened, MPs have refused to relent. They want answers from the government. They want answers from the Home Minister. The other day, Ridhima, we spoke about that, on one single day, 14 members of Parliament from both the houses were suspended. So the opposition parties have not given up their fight. They continue to, put up their fight, even though the fact that the government has said that a probe has been ordered independently and a probe will take shape. But, it seems that the opposition parties are not going to relent. They want answers from the government. So I think barring about 4-5 more leaders, including Supriya Sule, amongst all leaders of the NCP in the House, most of the opposition MPs are out now because they've been suspended.
So as Payal is pointing out, about 33 opposition leaders in fact have been suspended. This includes the leader of opposition from the Congress, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, as well. Now Payal, the point that the opposition has been making, that the Prime Minister is speaking to giving interviews, the Home Minister is also giving interviews. Why are you speaking to the press? Because whatever happened on the floor of the House, so the members should be given a clear answer. What is the response by the government on those lines?
Well, the government has said one thing, that the Lok Sabha Speaker, repeatedly has made an appeal to them, saying that this is a probe which is underway. The probe is being ordered. The Lok Sabha Speaker says, even today he said that I take the responsibility of the situation in Parliament. I am the custodian of the Parliament. I have ordered the probe, and I do not think that at this point in time there is any intervention which is required from any quarter of the government. But despite that, it seems it is not cut any ice to the opposition parties. The opposition parties continue to debate, continue to demand answers from the government. And even more so, they say that, the Prime Minister can give an interview to a newspaper. Why can't he come to the floor of the House and speak? So that's been the argument, but the government has said that the Lok Sabha Speaker is the custodian of the Parliament, and whatever will be done under his direction.
So Payal, the other point that is also being made by the opposition time and again is that they're just not given an opportunity to voice their concerns or ask questions. Their voices are continuously muzzled. And post the suspension, that's exactly the narrative that's going to be raised by the opposition once again.
Well, that's been the opposition style, and Ridhima, just a couple of days ago, we had broken this strategy of the opposition parties. They had said that their task will be to, in fact, demand answers from the government, and the government will have to come up and give answers. So it's by suspending these MPs, if a point is being made by the government, so be it. They say that they don't care, because eventually they will continue to still raise the voice of the people in the House and both outside the House as well.
While post the suspension, is there any initial reaction that's coming in as far as the opposition is concerned?
Well, the opposition parties are going to go out and now speak, and they probably will protest at the Gandhi statue, essentially saying that this is exactly what they meant when they said that the government doesn't care about the opposition voices, and the fact that the government is muzzling every voice possible in Parliament.
Payal, we'll just request you to stay on with us. From the BJP, we in fact have Aprajita Sarangi now joining us. Ma'am, good to have you with us here on CNN News 18. We are now understanding a total of about 33 MPs from the opposition in fact have been suspended. But the opposition has been very clear with the demand that whatever happened as far as the security breach episode is concerned, it happened on the floor of the House. So why shouldn't answers also be given on the floor of the House? Their point is that the Home Minister and the Prime Minister both have spoken to the media, have given interviews. Why can't answers be given on the floor of the House?
See, the fact remains that this is all politics, nothing more, nothing less. I am a witness to the scene. I was very much inside the Lok Sabha today when all these things happened. And I can only say that they are determined to create a ruckus. They want to disturb the proceedings of the Lok Sabha, and that is why this kind of scenario. The situation is that our Prime Minister has talked about it. There has been a serious breach of security, and we acknowledge that. What more to that? Honorable Lok Sabha Speaker has also written a letter to all of us.
Sure.
Now, I think the leaders have done their bit. The government is doing its bit. Lok Sabha Secretariat is very serious about it. And these people are trying to remain relevant in the system. And that is why this kind of behavior.
Ma'am, if
So
I could
think we
just
condemn
request
this
you to...
behavior.
Sure. Ma'am, if
Yeah.
I could just request you to stay on with us for just 30 seconds. I believe Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, who in fact has also been suspended, is reacting. Let's take a look.
हाँ सब सारे नेता सस्पेंड, हाँ मैं भी सस्पेंड हो चुके हैं सुबह से। और कई दिनों से हमारा मांग बड़ा सीधे मांग कि एक तो ये कि हमारे जितने एमपीज को निलंबित किए गए हैं उनको बहाली हो, और सदन में आकर हमारे गृह मंत्री एक बयान दे। जो बयान सदन की बाहर रोजाना देते हैं, टीवी की सामने बैठ के सारे देशवासियों की सुनाते हैं, उसमें से कुछ सदन के अंदर आकर वो कहे और हमारे सबको और देशवासियों को अवगत कराएं कि अगले तारीख में सदन के और इसके साथ साथ देश की सुरक्षा के लिए सरकार क्या क्या कदम उठा रहे हैं। बीच में मैं ये भी सलाह दिए थे कि राजनाथ सिंह जी डिप्टी लीडर है सदन की, अगर हो सके सारा विपक्ष नेताओं को बुला के आम सहमति बना के ये सदन चलाने की कोशिश करे। सदन चलाना सरकार की फर्ज बनते हैं और सदन चलाते समय लोकतंत्र के मुताबिक विपक्ष को
Well, that was the reaction that was coming in from Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, one of the suspended MPs, a total of 33 within the opposition who've been suspended. From the BJP, Member of Parliament Aprajita Sarangi continues to be with us. Ma'am, thank you for patiently waiting. The other point that is being made by the opposition is that this is what the central government does. There is no platform, no opportunity for the opposition to raise their concerns. Their voices are muzzled or they're suspended and thrown out of the house. Then where do they have a fair chance to raise their concerns?
See, they have been doing this because they have been saying a particular thing which I think we must understand.
Sure.
They think that it's the responsibility of the ruling dispensation to run the parliament. And if they create a ruckus, if they disrupt the proceedings, then the government will not be able to perform its duty as it should. So I think it is all because they want to stay relevant. They want to capture the news headlines, and that is why this entire thing which is happening. Whatever the Prime Minister had to say has been said. And let me tell you, it is the work of the Lok Sabha Secretariat. And Lok Sabha Speaker has written a very detailed letter to all of us. And he has conveyed his intent and his policy. And in fact, Prime Minister has also expressed his concern. What more to that? So I think this is all a drama.
Sure.
We must accept that it's all a drama, and they would be doing that because they want to stay relevant.
Okay, ma'am, we'll have to leave that conversation there. Thanks a lot for joining us here on CNN News 18. Let's also now go across to our colleague and senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh, who's joining us. So, Pallavi, we're understanding about 33 within the opposition who've been suspended. Could you give us the names, please?
Yes, so I'm just going to rattle off some of the names, and of the 33, 3 of them have been suspended indefinitely till the Privilege Committee report comes in. But among the big names which come in from those who have been suspended are, for example, the Chief Whip of the Congress Party in Lok Sabha, K. Suresh. Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, leader of the Congress Party, has also been suspended. Gaurav Gogoi has been suspended. Kalyan Banerjee, Shatabdi Roy, Shogato Roy, all of them have been suspended. Maran, then there has been A. Raja. So cutting across party lines, and you know, this is exactly what we were talking about since morning.
Yeah.
As far as opposition parties go, they don't see it as a setback. They actually wanted, some of them said to us in private, we want to be suspended because this is the point we want to prove, that anyone who raises a point of order, anyone who wants to question the government, they always